Understanding the collaboration catalysts. The term catalyst means that the attention to the 6 elements that are related to the compass dimensions will tell you a lot about the quality of your collaboration. And remember, the higher the collaboration quality, the more likely is your collaboration initiative successful. Collaboration catalyst number 1, co-designed strategy. This belongs to the compass dimension of future possibilities. It means ensuring that over time, all relevant stakeholders drive strategy and implementation and function as a collaboration ecosystem. This requires goal clarity. The vision and implementation plans are owned by all stakeholders. It also requires inclusivity. All relevant stakeholders need to take part, and particularly also weaker stakeholders. And it means and requires accountability. So everybody is committed to doing what is necessary for success. How to make this catalyst co-design strategy happen in the different phases of the dialogic change model. In phase 1, in exploring and engaging, it is in resonance building, context understanding, and also in building containers for change that you need to make sure that conversations are co-creative and people can contribute ideas. This is what really engages them. It is also about being transparent in the way you communicate with stakeholders, with everybody involved, and in the way you pick up suggestions and integrate them, because this makes stakeholders feel that their voice is heard. In terms of the aspects of the catalyst co-design strategy, goal clarity, inclusivity, and accountability, do not expect in phase 1 to be absolutely clear on the goal, because this goal is shaping in phase 1. And that is important because it needs to be co-shaped by the main stakeholders involved. You should be able, particularly in context understanding, if you want to understand the stakeholder system, to really be inclusive in that understanding. But in terms of participation in the process, you will probably work with the key stakeholders in phase 1. So you cannot be perfect on that. In terms of accountability, yes, if you've got the key stakeholders engaged and you help them to be committed to the change process, that is fantastic. But actually, the real accountability belongs to implementation. So in phase 1, you may have an accountability to meeting and to co-designing the process, but you cannot yet have accountability on implementation. So that may be a red. In phase 2, co-designed strategy means that in clarifying resources and planning the future, and in also agreeing on structures, you need to design high-quality dialogic processes and events. Because it is stakeholders who feel that they can own the strategies because they have been part of shaping the strategies. And that when they can own the implementation plans, they will eventually commit to the collective action. That is important in phase 3. So in terms of goal clarity, inclusivity, and accountability, by the time of phase 2, you should be green in the goal clarity. While in inclusivity, it may still be the case that you have not yet all stakeholders involved because you're learning anew. So that cannot be absolutely perfect. But regarding accountability, now you need to have all key stakeholders on board that have now committed to a roadmap, to an implementation plan, to an activity plan, and to certain roles, responsibilities, structures, and resources. So that should be green too. In phase 3, in communication, in co-created results and learning mechanisms, make sure that all relevant stakeholders contribute progress reports to strategy and to implementation reviews. It is important that you keep the management structures of the collaboration initiative lean and ensure that governance processes such as stewarding councils that you may have formed in phase 2 are always and regularly informed and that they are capable and knowledgeable enough to make appropriate decisions. So in terms of goal clarity, inclusivity and accountability, yes, you should be in the green area by now in phase 3. The goal needs to be clear to everybody. You need to have included all relevant stakeholders, and you have to make sure that everybody is accountable for delivery and implementation. In phase 4 of the dialogic change model, sustaining and expanding impact, in the building of next level containers, in the management structures and the establishment of learning systems, make sure that you continue to create opportunities to really co-design future pathways. Don't run away just with certain people designing the future. Stay open to the learning from the feedback of different stakeholders, and be also prepared to adjust your plans and strategies and be transparent about this. So in terms of goal clarity, inclusivity and accountability, the aspects of co-design strategy, you will probably not be perfect anymore in goal clarity, because that probably at the end of a phase 4, because there will be new stakeholders that ask new questions. So you need to go back into a phase of co-designing. In terms of inclusivity, you may also need not to be absolutely perfect, because this is the time when you want to expand the sustained impact, where you engage new stakeholders, and you need to discover who they are and where they are. And, it may turn out that you need to include different stakeholders. And similarly, in terms of accountability of stakeholders, this is building a bigger collaboration ecosystem, and that takes time. So maybe not, at least at the beginning of a phase 4, everybody can feel accountable as much as necessary. So you need to build in phase 4 this accountability. Remember, there are 5 other collaboration catalysts: cooperative delivery, adaptive innovation, collective value, dialogic communication, and contextual impact.